Hello and welcome, Yig here. Today we're looking at the Enter the Grid demo. This is it's a very interesting game. It's kind of a card, definitely a card, it's definitely a deck builder. I feel like there's a little roguelite in there, but you'll see. So if you do like the gameplay you see of this, there will be a link to the Steam page in the description. And as I said, it is, at this moment at least, it is a demo that is up. So if you want to try it, you can try it for free. All right, if you want to help the channel grow, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. All right, let's get in here. Now, I've already done the 101 running objective and the practice grid, so we're going to try and do a new area. Hopefully it won't go too badly. So this game is pretty cool because you have a lot of different things going on. So we'll go over that real quick. Each area, this particular area has no watcher, and it says that right here, and that's this watcher, and this is your trace level. And as you do things, it starts the more aware the watcher is of you, the more debuffed you get. And then we have like a bunch of other things. These are your cards. You have commands that you can change at any time. I actually happen to like this setup pretty well. And then, of course, settings. Glitches, I can't remember encountering a glitch, but I probably did. So the action starts off on this screen, and we're going to go in here, and we have two gates, and we want to open the gate, and we want to get to the core, and that's kind of the whole concept of a run in this. So this one is we can brute force this guy, or we can brute force this guy. So what we want to do here is we want to go through here, and we want to exploit all of these nodes. And cluster, by the way, when it says cluster on these things like this, that is only these ones that are highlighted when you see it. So I'm not sure if there's a way to extend those clusters to count for more. I hope there is. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go over here. We're going to go do some combat on this library. Now, combat is a deck builder style combat. You have a couple of different things though. You have virtual memory, and each of these pips over here you see on the side of the card, the yellow pips, that's how much it generates. And then you have these commands, and those are the ones that I was saying that I happen to like the setup I've got. You have these commands, and this is actually the setup you start with, and it's a really strong setup. You have these commands, and you use that Vim, the virtual memory that you generate, to use them. So it's a very, very, very cyberpunk. It does the right thing. So the enemy's intent is always shown here. You can look at the buffs and debuffs and things, and then of course your stats and buffs and debuffs will be over here. And there's your life, there's your deck, and there we go. So we're going to jump in. He's going to do 30 damage, so we want to be able to block that. We have 3 clocks, so each of those clocks we can use. We're going to use this because that's going to give us an extra Vim. I'm not going to use one of these at this point, otherwise you'd want to use a command before using that one, because then it gives you 2. And then we will go ahead and we'll get ourselves some armor. I'm going to go use that one, and there's a reason I actually do that, and I'll explain when we see the next one that has the decompile line on it. Here it is. So in this case, if we have over 10 virtual memory, this will instead do 40 instead of 20, but it also gets removed from the game for the rest of this, not the game, but this combat. So I tried, if I don't need to, I try not to use them when I have that advantage, because it actually ends up removing a card, and I don't really want to remove a card. He's going to deal 40 this time. We're still safe for that. So we can do that, and we can smack him here. Now, we're going to start using this up here in a moment. We just have to get through his... Okay, so... Let's see. I like to get up to this one, because it really gets you... Now you're cooking with gas when you're up here. All right, we got 9, I think. Let's go ahead and give ourselves 10. We're not going to do that yet. Although it is kind of tempting, but I would have to do this so that I could get enough attacks, because this is 40 and then 20. That's only 60 out of the 120. We would need 17 of the virtual memory to do that, because we would need to gain the 2 clocks to be able to do enough damage. Yes, kitten? Is there something you need? Meow meow to you too, sir. All right. All right, let's go ahead and Let's go ahead and use 8. Let's go ahead and use our 8 here. Now we have to choose to discard one. I'm going to go ahead and discard that one for the moment because, again, I don't really want to spend it while we're up. And then we are going to, because I wanted to get the full damage in on him on this round, and that'll kind of make it a lot easier for us to take him out next round. Hopefully. We might not be able to, but hopefully we can. Hey, I'd say we probably, potentially, well, now he's at 120 again, so even if we got up there, this 40 would only be covering most of his shield. So what we can do here is we could attack, but he's going to do some extra damage. So let's go ahead and, well, we'll take the 10 points, but we're going to go ahead and do, let's go ahead and do those. Don't really like to take the 10 points, but, you know, what can you do? 70 points. 70 points. I think we'll just keep going on that. Generate some more BIM. We're getting real close. Real close. And that all expires. As much as I'd like to use those 2 clocks, I'd actually like to get up to here because I think we can just blow this out of the water in one turn when we get that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to do that. And then we should basically be able to just nuke him out because we got plenty of clock here. And we're going to generate more. So if we do need, we can always do that. It didn't work out for us, but that's okay. We can still do that. And we can do that. And we'll take 20 points, but that's not too bad. Would have been nice. I misestimated on what I would need there. Okay, let's okay, so we got 40 here, so we can just take him out. Now, once he's gone, then we can actually do stuff with that node. When you beat one of these combats, you get and this one, like, there's trade-offs, and the trade-offs are often in the virtual memory they generate. For example, the hoplite is great because he gives you buff damage. He does damage and gives you the shield, but compared to your normal damage card, he only generates 1 virtual memory. So if you're running a very virtual memory heavy build, or, you know, because like grit is another one of those, like this one doesn't give you any virtual memory, but it gives you a grit, and then grit makes your shields stronger, and then this one, if you have enough, gives you extra clock if you have enough grit. So there's a lot of build variation that you'll be doing in here. I think, you know what, I think we will go with this because the grit is actually a pretty good stat. Now that actually unlocked this already for us. Cool. Now this right here is a hash key, and you will get those as you go along, and you will need plenty of them. So we're going to, we can do any of these things. And normally when there's a watcher, it'll tell you what you can and can't do over here. It'll kind of be like, don't do that. Now we're going to go with some shards on this one because, although tempting, you know what? Let's build up that shards on libraries because now we're up to 60 and we can actually build it up real good here in the beginning. Now on this one, I think we're going to also extract shards, and then this one, let's reveal a connected cluster. Let's reveal this one. Okay, so this is going to be a different area. This one, every time you extract a node, +1 trace. So this is a really hard node. Now, we do have this node over here. We can brute force it. I don't know if we really want to, though. Let's do this. Let's go with some shards again. Now, now we're unlocked here, too. So we can just open this. And we can actually open this, and that's not going to hurt us on either of those. See what I mean about the cluster? Is this little area here. So that kind of, some of those aren't as good as they sound. Now this watcher is, every time you use a node in this cluster, +1 trace. Now that's rough. Extracting isn't bad, but using a node, like if you look, it's everything. So we may want to just avoid this cluster altogether and try with this cluster over here, because it's going to be a lot safer, because at this point, if you know, extract is our only one that's going to be bad. So let's get over here and do this, and we can hopefully go around that cluster. All right, let's see if we can't do this a little bit better than last time. He's going to deal 40 damage. We're only going to be able to block 20 of that. It's not the worst thing in the world for us because we do get a little early damage in, but it would be nice to not take so much damage. All right. I like it. I like it. We're going to do this because grit just stays. So we're going to do this even though he's not going to hit us. But I only have 2 attacks. So by doing that, we get that grit, and that grit is going to stay on us, so we can do that. So we did a little bit of damage and we got a little bit of a buff. So that works pretty good. And as you can see, like now, we're already at 21 on this. And that gets really good. In fact, we could throw this out there right now. Or... Ooh, let's do this. Okay, so that's 30. So that covers all of us there. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm tempted to do this. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Hey, extra damage. All right. Give me one moment. All right. Sorry about that. Had a little cough there. All right, so he's going to buff, so we can just dump all of our damage into him. We could do the 40, because it's actually going to help out, so... I think... that'll set us up for next turn being able to get him. That works out well for us. All right. Oh, no, dude. I still got your 20, even with that. Now, you don't actually have to pick a card each time, because sometimes you'll end up, like, kind of overloading your thing. And I haven't found a lot of ways to remove cards. Ooh, that's pretty nice. They are fun, guys. Every time you get a shell this turn, gain 7 buffer, generate 1 Vim. Shell. Defensive card. Interesting. Every time I play a shell. So if I have that, it stacks more and more buffer. That's kind of cool. I think I'll probably go with this, though. Although I am tempted on the fun guys. I haven't done a real Vim heavy build. All right, now hashtags. Hash keys, you do kind of need to use them because you can only hold 4. All right, we're going to start the combat here. We'll take out that guy too. Oh, I like the way they did everything in here. It fits very, very, like if you can think of like the old Cyberpunk, the idea of how they expressed the net in the writing and this is kind of what you were looking at right here. Okay, let's go. That. What does muzzle do? Hack cards cost 1 extra clock this turn. Okay, we definitely don't want to get hit by that. I don't think we have very many hack cards, so that's probably going to work out okay for us. So he's going to do that 25 damage. We got 1 grit. Let's give ourselves... We don't really need 2 grit, but we'll do it anyway. Just simply because having it is just in case. All right. Look at that. Yeah, 22 buffer. All right, so we can take care of his damage in 2 of those, which still gives us enough for a use of... Oh, because the hacks are the damage cards. Oh, see, I didn't catch that before, which is, sorry. I feel... Let's see. Do we want to... We don't really need that. We could use the 4 Vim and see if we get... oh, well, it didn't work out. That's okay, though. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get that out there because we're not going to put out the other one. He's just buffing and inflicting tagged, which is shell cards are cost extra next turn. Okay, so he's going to try and make my life miserable is what he's going to do. All right, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll do that, and then yeah, they'll be more expensive, but that's not going to be as bad because again, like look. All right, he has 25, we have 60 points of damage, so we can't get through him on that. But we can negate 90% of our damage right there. All right. Yeah, let's go for it. That works. That works. I do dislike the muzzle, but, you know, hey, what can you do? It's kind of alternating which part of me is debuffed at the moment. All right, let's go with... See, that'll cover us all. We are still going up good, really nice on grit. So we do have 2, so we can actually do some damage here, and we'll do that. Because that shield covered us for the whole thing, so... All right, he's going to buff. We have 10 Vim, so we can smack him real hard there. We can do that. Then we can do this. Then we'll go ahead and get rid of you. Throw you out there. And there we go. We have cleared the cluster. Gain 30 buffer, draw 1 card. That's pretty okay. That's pretty tempting, actually. If you activated one command, at least one command, also gain 1 clock, that could be super strong. I'm kind of torn on these two because those both sound really good. This one's really overall nice because it gives you virtual memory and buffer and a card. But this one's going to be nice damage, and it gives us good virtual memory, and it's just if we activate a command, it'll occasionally give us a clock. Not as handy, so I think we go with, you know what, no, we've already taken 2 defensive ones, so... All right, let's see what we got to do to open. Okay, we're going to open that. Let's go. Do we need anything to open that? No, we don't. All right, let's see. This cluster's got every gate you open in this cluster after the first one is +1 trace. Thankfully, it only has 1 gate. And every time you use a node in this cluster, +1 trace. Oh, these 2 are just cursed. Oh, that hurts so bad. Okay, so let's see here. Source code. We can get 1 scout probe, which would for a hash key. Reveal a connected cluster. Well, we already revealed both of those, so that's not really going to do us very good. I think we're actually going to use the hash key here. And we'll go ahead and use that guy. And we're going to use him right here. Hey, there's our goal right there. We know where our core is, but we got to pass the no man's land here. Okay, so this is every time we enter combat in this node. Okay, so it looks to me like we are... If our shortest route is here, what is our door? Brute force the bouncer. So if we disable that, so we're 2 trace to do that. Every gate we open after the first one. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? +5 Vim in this cluster. Again, clusters are very small. They don't do too much. What is a setup deployer? Install an empty core or net to gain a bonus in that cluster. That could be interesting. I think we'll just do the exploit because... All right, the library... +20% on all shards. We'll do that. I wonder why this one's not allowing us to... Oh, because it's a store and we don't have enough money. That's why. That would be it. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's start combat here. Oh, yeah. See, they look cool. They all look really neat. I like the monsters and everything. Just did a really good job. I'm glad the developer... I think the developer did send a key. I don't think they didn't send a key. They sent over just a, hey, you want to try our game? And I was like, cool. Let me try your game. All right. We're going to take 40. So let's go use these 2. That's going to get us 2 grit first round. That's pretty good for, like, already making sure... It definitely is one of those games where, like, each step... Like, the growth, it doesn't seem big, but as you're going along, it becomes really big. Especially because you get cards like these, where all of a sudden all those values are doubled for 1 turn, and you can just go crazy. Starved, I think, takes 1 fewer cards, so yeah, we definitely not a fan of that. We'll go with that. That'll just use up our thing so that we can generate... I just want to generate the Vim, so we generally won't always use your clock because you want to generate your virtual memory. And then, you know... If it hits, inflict 1 exposed, deal 58. So we definitely need to... How much do we got there? 56. Okay, so... that's tough. If I draw 1 card... we'll draw those. Because we need that. Because we don't want the exposed debuffs. So let's take this guy. Let's discard him. Let's get that one out there. That's going to get us so that we don't take any damage. And we don't get inflicted with expose, which increases the damage we take. Still inflicted us with expose. Definitely. Oh, because it didn't have the qualifier. Sometimes I was mixed up because in one of the earlier runs, I ended up running into a bunch of qualifiers where it would be like 1 deal X damage, 2 if damage dealt, blah blah blah. And it's actually really cool because the actual wording on these things is the way kind of similar to how not exactly, but similar to how you would have it programmed. So he's going to do 52, which is a lot of damage. We can do way more buffer than we need there. Like just absolutely more buffer than we need. We can literally have so much buffer. Oh, interesting. Okay. So let's draw a card. Now let's use that. We still need to use this, but we got a free use out of it because of the card that we got. Yeah. If we were exposed, which we were, it deals an extra 26 damage. See? If this hits, see that this is... Sometimes I've seen it on 2 lines where it was like the second line was... Because it was a lot longer text, I think. All right, 1 grit. We block 38 of that. Block that much. And then we can throw some damage out there. Let's save a little bit of our virtual memory. I really want to get up there to the 17. Like, that 17 is so nice when it happens. It's just really 45. It's okay. So we'll do the 2, and then we'll do some damage. There we go. Just try and keep our damage low, because we're gonna have to pass. It's gonna get a lot harder once we pass through the security station. It's gonna get ugly. Okay, he's just gonna inflict. He's just doing buffers. So let's go ahead with that. Now we're at 13. We're gonna gain 4, so that's gonna put us to 17. So next turn we could do that. I think that's the way to go. Ooh. Hey, oh, we killed him. I wasn't paying enough attention to his life. Oh, hold on one second. I'm going to have to pause for a small cough break. All right, back from my coughing break. Ah, my God, we are grabbing that. Look at the virtual memory that generates. That could get us to 17 real fast. I was thinking about the hoplite, but oh my God. All right, so every gate after the first one. So we can actually extract on here, which is really good because we haven't been able to do that in a bunch of the other places. Reveal a connected cluster. There aren't any. All right, let's go for, oh yeah, no. Let's go here first because the Haven module is where we can heal. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. Crazy amount of M just for that. Like we could literally generate 4 of him, draw a card, generate 2 more of him, and having done damage to him at that point. Like that's just like, okay, so then we would draw a card, and then we would throw that, and then we'd lose Vim in the process, but I just wanted to do it at least once. All right, now we still have two things. He's gaining buffer, so we can just hit him for both. Technically, we would have a lot more, but all right. So if we activate a command, but that does mean with that other one generating that much Vim, that we'll be able to exploit this for extra command a lot. All right, let's see what we got going on here. See, here we go. Here was what I was talking about. So if the first subroutine hits, inflict 1 exposed. If the first subroutine didn't hit, self-inflict. So this is the guy I was talking about, where his second line. I'm glad we actually fought him, because that actually, now you can see why I was talking nonsense. All right, let's block that up there. It's tempting because we could trade 4 Vim potentially for 4 Vim and 2 attacks. I feel like we do that. Yeah, see, look at that. We did more damage and we came out basically even. All right, we're not going to do that. I am going to try and get to that 17 at least once in this video. He's gaining 40, so we have 9. We can do that. And we're going to do these 2 and just give ourselves some grit that we don't technically need. Because we don't need those shields this turn, but I didn't want to reroll for that. All right, Cypher's Gambit. Oh, that one generates good too. All right, let's see. Remove all the runner's buffs. So he's going to remove our 2 grit, and he's going to deal 20 points of damage. So we're not super scared by 20 points of damage. So I think we'll just toss one of these. Then we're not going to activate a command, so it functionally doesn't matter which of those we do. All right, but we are down to 84 hit points already, which isn't too bad. Some of these guys have a lot of hit points. There was one that just chunked me down in one of the earlier ones. It was crazy. Okay, let's see. We're at 16. This will cap us on Vim. And then we could do Energize, and we could do a bunch, and we could probably just blast him out of existence this turn. All right, there we go. So now we're going to draw 2 cards, and we're going to get 2 Energize. All right, so here's 40 points already. We did a command, so we get a clock back. And then we kill him with the extra one. See, like that. It's got that cool kind of synergy that you can do with those. And as long as you kind of understand, like, this is now actually a good card for us. It doesn't cost anything. And if we gain 20 buffer, it doesn't give us any this, but since we're generating so much Vim from that one card, we can actually do this and draw more cards. And we just kind of look for things that give us a lot of extra Vim at this point, and we can kind of cruise around and do some cool stuff. See, now we're full on exploits. Ooh, let's get an icebreaker. Okay, I'll take that. I'll do that. That's pretty good. So let's see. We can get a scout probe, which I don't think we're gonna need, or 50 shards. 50 shards it is. Haven. Let's go ahead and we can restore 75 integrity and be almost back up. Okay, so this is going to. We can pay 1 hash key. Get that open for free. All right, now we're gonna have to go 1 here, 1 here, and I think that'll open us up into here. And we're gonna have to get in at least 1 combat here. That's gonna be a bit of a pain because we're gonna probably chunk up to 3 here, which is not what we're. Oh wait, we might be okay. Hold on. Upgrade off this guy. He's hard when he can really jack you up with that. All right, we'll go with that. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. And we're going to do that. And we'll do it that way. Just the grid is not the point of that. Okay, so the nice part is this just costs 1 just like our regular one. And it's just an all-around better version. All right, he's going to deal 17, 17, and 17. So I really should put the other 2 in there. We're still going to take some damage, but not a huge amount. Not a concerning amount. All right, let's see here. If we have 10 Vim, we can... Okay, we can do a good smack on him. Let's do that. He's gonna do pretty good chunk of damage there. We have 12 Vim, so we can draw 1 more card. We have over, so we could technically use this, but I don't think we will, actually. It would basically mean we wouldn't take any damage, but we would, well... But we would be so overkill at that point, because there's not even... Yeah, we'll just do the damage for this turn. Because that would have just been, like, super, super overkill for the amount of buffer that we actually needed. Alright, let's see. We haven't activated a command yet. He's upgrading all his offensive subroutines this turn. Let's see. We can get to... Okay, we can get to there. We can get that. And then we will get rid of this one. Oh, no, we didn't get... Okay, so now we can do that. That's got a good hit on him. We can get that. And kind of dump that in there. Do that. And I suppose we're going to just dump that one in there. All right. That did some work. Start building that back up now. We don't have 12 Vim this time, but he's going to deal 99 damage. Ow. 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 Maybe we do need to do this. Okay, that'll work. We'll get rid of this one. Yeah. Okay, so that's at least going to get us... We're not going to take too much damage there. All right, let's see. He's going to deal a lot of damage because that's what he does. All right, let's see. What do we got on him? He's still at 100 life. Phew. I've been turtling pretty hard on this one, though, because I just want to make sure we get through here. So we can do our third one, and we'll just not take that for this turn. Ooh, 109 damage. You don't say, sir. I mean, really, please don't say that. Okay, let's see. 36 with grit. 36 with grit. 26. We're going to be in that. That's going to hurt. That's still going to hurt. Man. Oh, man. He's just ramping up now. Oh, no. We got to figure out a way to kill him. Real fast. Let's see. Take that. I'll go ahead and do that. Since he's not shielding, though. Ah, see, remember like that? I used that 41 early, and it was a terrible mistake. Technically, we do have that, and we do have that, so that gets us up there a little bit for that. I'd say we could throw out one more shield, and that should do that, and then we can get there. I kind of wanted to do this, but I really, if we're going to do it, we're so close to the 17 that we can just do 16 plus him, and we're in. Okay, so now we'll do that. Let's see, because we only have to do, yeah, okay, there we go. We got it perfect. We only had to do 60 points. All right, let's see what we get now. If you have at least 6 grit, generate 3 extra them, and it generates 3 for 1 point. That's kind of tempting. Grit affects this card 3 times as much. Ooh, what about debilitated? Reduces outgoing damage. Inflict debilitated. So we gain buffer. He gets debilitated if we have enough grit. But we only have the 1 card generating grit, so I think we skip this. I think we skip that one. Okay. There's our rewards for that. Now, as mentioned, we can't really use anything in this area, so we're just going to go straight to the compiler and see if we can't brute force our way through this door here. Hopefully not brute forced. All right, let's see. We're not going to be doing any of those. He's going to inflict those whether we like it or not, so we will grit up and do a little bit of damage. But it wasn't a great draw. All right, decompile 1 card from hand. Reduce the clock cost of a card in hand by 1. That's actually... Does that mean he's buffing me? Kind of funny if he is. All right, let's get that in there. Deal 14 damage. So we're at 14. Let's see. We're at 7. We have 2. We wouldn't be able to get to that. Tempting as it is, we would not be able to get to that. But we can start chunking him down like that. Like I said, we're going to get hit with those no matter what we do. Okay, so... Oh! Okay, let's see. 30 damage. 20 per decompiled card in the recycler. I don't think we have any decompiled cards. We've been careful not to. And so, like, since we don't have those, we have at least 1. Or he just does a minimum of a 20. One of the 2. Let's see. We don't have 12M yet. Let's go ahead and use that up. That's going to give us 12 Vim. And this will cover the rest of that damage. Also giving us a card. And then we can hit that card. We're up to 16. We can toss this card out. Then do our 17, which is a bit of a bummer because it didn't give us what we wanted. But we'll do some damage and we'll do that. And then we're good. And we're at least covered for damage as well. I was hoping for a little more damage out of that, but you know, what can you do? All right, let's see. Now we're back to building. Okay, he's not doing anything other than that to us, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We are good. We're getting him down pretty good. All right, all right. Let's go here. Oh. Which buffer do we want to do? We could draw a card. We're so close to the 17, though. I really want to, because the 17 just gives us so much pop in 1 turn. It's probably not the best choice, and I did sacrifice that 1 round and take like 70 points of damage, which super wasn't great. All right, let's go here. That's going to take him a fairly good chunk of him down there. Then we'll do 1 of these. Then we'll do this. Now we can do this. Get that damage for free. And then we can do this. We can do this. And I think our best bet is to do this. No. Discard that. There we go. Because that gets us through the whole shebang. All right. Sorry about this video. It's a little bit longer than normal, but ooh. If you have sex, we aren't going to have any feral, though. 35 buff for generate 4 temp Vim. Does not count for conditional effects, but it does allow us to use more items. So that works. Okay, what is this? Oh, it wants us to brute force him if we go that way. Oh man. So we could try to go. We don't know what that one's going to be until the end. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, let's brute force the bouncer. We're going to get 1 trace out of that, unfortunately. Open that. Okay, every time you enter combat in here, so we're going to skip. Oh, we have to enter combat in Haven, though, because we can't get past there. Because we are not reachable. Okay. Oh, no. Oh no, I'm racking up so much trace, and we still have to go in a roundabout manner to get there. I haven't actually beat. I did beat the early ones. Haven't beat this one yet. Okay, we'll go 2 of those and 1 of those, and that'll be a good start. Yeah, see, so if we can do the 4 extra, like this, if we do this, we can just chunk out one of these and be able to do that again. So we can do this, and then we can do this, and then we can do that, and we still end up Vim neutral at least. That's a good deal. That's a really good deal. Yeah. That works pretty nice. Let's see. And that means we will like go up in Vim very rapidly. All right, let's go with. He's gonna do 24, so I do want that. I think if we throw down with that, we can use this to get the other 22. Pull a card. If it were over, we could just do straight up 40 to him right now. I'm not going to actually think that's a bad idea. We'll go like that. We're out. We'll be able to get into the big draw next turn. Although he does have shields, which is a bit of a bummer. All right, so if we go, he's going to do 42 damage. We do want to make sure that doesn't happen. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll do that. And that is going to put us up to 17, over 17. Now we're good for this. That becomes free because it gives us a clock back. Then we could generate the buffer and temp fin and then bop this again. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe just to see if we get a good card. Either way, we still have 2 cards to do that with. Oh, yeah, this is going nice. Oh, the little Vim factory is the way to go, too. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. He's going to do a lot of damage. He's going to do an alarming amount of damage. So let's go ahead and shield up this time. Don't want you decompiling, because decompiling is bad for me in this. Oh, we're going to get hit by a chunk on that one. All right. He's going to do a bunch of damage and gain buffer. Where are we at right now? We're at 9. Okay, so we use that. That buffers out 2.5 of his attacks. All right, now we can use that for free. We could block off the rest of the damage, but I think we can better off doing that. Just so we can just get a good chunk of him gone. All right, all right. And we do have 24 buffer. I'll take it for free. All right, we'll give some grit and that. That gives us up to 17 already. So let's go ahead and do our draw here. Okay, well, we have activated a command, so that's going to give us 2 Vim back. Unfortunately, it didn't really give us what we were hoping for. But we can always sacrifice another Vim and not get what we were hoping for either there. Let's use the grit for that one, I guess. It just wasn't in the cards. It said no. All right, he's going to do a chunk of damage, so let's get that in there. Let's get this in there, and let's go here. And, because I'm down clocks here. Oof. Being down clocks, definitely not super fun. Okay, let's see here. He's going to do a bunch of damage. So let's do our damage here. That gets up to 8. So we can get 54 out of this if we buff it. I don't think that's going to work for us, so we probably need to do that. And that did not work out at all. You can discard this code slash. That did not work. That did just no. Okay, so we're going to have to go full shield, and that's still only going to block 1 hit because I wasn't attentive enough. All right, so he's doing a truckload of damage again. I mean, it's a lot of buff. That's a lot of shield. We're at 90 now. We still need more, too. That's the worst part. We need, like, every bit that we can possibly get, and we did not get enough. And will I make it through this combat? Okay, let's see. We're not going to be using a command, so we'll just throw that out now. It would be nice if we did, though. Extra clock means extra damage. He's doing that. Okay, so we are actually going to do that. So we hit them with that. Then we'll get that out there, and we will at least block most of the damage. That was kind of a lucky confluence of cards, though. And as we've seen, my luck does not always work. All right, let's see. He's only got 100 life, so we can do 30, 50. We can't do quite that much. Bit disappointing, but, you know, what can you do? All right, let's get him with that. Draw 2 cards, discard 1. Gonna have to get rid of you. No. Hold on. I can get rid of one of you. Use that. We get an extra damage there because we get our clock back. We still haven't covered all our damage. We still haven't covered the vast majority of our needs in the shielding category. So we're gonna spend that. I was hoping we get something slightly better, but you know, we come close. We came close. Boy, that's his debuffs though. Whoo, those are rough. Okay, let's see. We're gonna need the grit. We're gonna need that. I mean, sure, let's try that. There's nothing we can do with it though, so. Oh, this may be it. He's just so much incoming damage. I probably should have been more aggressive in the beginning. Yeah, I really should have been more aggressive in the beginning, because then if I had been more aggressive in the beginning, I probably could have chunked down his life a little bit faster and not shielded up so much. I think if I had turtled a little less and just let that go, it probably would have worked. Basically, once you get to the last module, you basically do a fight like that, but it's a boss, and there's some really cool bosses, by the way. The bosses I've run into have been super creative. But once you get to that point, you fight a boss, which is just another type of that card round, and each of those nodes that you can exploit. I think it's got a really good concept going, and I really enjoyed playing it. So, again, if you like, there's a link to the Steam page at this moment of my recording. The demo is still up, and hopefully will be forever. So, doesn't even cost you anything to try. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you come back for the next one. And most of all, I hope you have a great day. My God, that's a long video.